Well, he certainly needs no introduction after the inspirational, funny, and warm-hearted performance on the main stage. I'm honored to be sitting here talking with Tony Fernandes, the founder and CEO of AirAsia, the owner of the English Premier League's Queen's Park Rangers, and former owner of Caterham Formula One team. Tony, thank you for dressing up for the Nordic Business Forum today, and for sitting down to talk with us.
No, pleasure. Great to be here. Great audience, great people. I've been surrounded by nothing but warmth and professionalism, and it's been a lot of fun, actually.
So, during your presentation, you talked a little bit about quitting from, was it Time Warner at the time?
Yeah.
So it seems like you were, and maybe still are, a little bit of a rebel. How do you think that this has helped you in becoming a successful entrepreneur?
Well, I think I love challenge, and I think I'm a little bit hard-headed that if I think things are not right, I just kind of say, let's get out of it, you know. So whether that's described as a rebel or just being a little bit different, away from the norm, I like to take risks. But I didn't feel it anymore. You know, when you're with a girlfriend and you don't feel it anymore, you don't carry on, do you? Well, sometimes you do, maybe. But you just kind of, in the end, stop if it's not. And I didn't feel it with Time Warner anymore. I didn't want to be a hypocrite. So I just went for it. And I need to be challenged in life. You know, so, you know, at Caterham, I knew that I wasn't going to make it. It wasn't a challenge anymore. It's too big a challenge, actually. You got to be a realist as well. You can set yourself goals. And so I thought, time to get out.
Okay. This actually leads perfectly to my next question. So the decision to sell Caterham must have been very difficult, however.
It wasn't.
It wasn't? Okay.
No, I'm one of those
that
guys.
That blows my question.
You know, it goes, I don't feel any remorse because I gave it a shot. I failed, and I got to move on. Do I regret it? No, not one bit. Because life is about making, you know, it's not just about winning the whole time. Life is a experience of right and wrong, of mistakes. You know, I screwed up, but I'm a better man for it.
Okay. Were there lessons that transformed into making your businesses more successful?
Yeah, I think I got to practice what I preach, focus. You know, running a football team and a Formula One team and AirAsia just wasn't feasible. Principally, because they were all in different countries as well.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. So some people have wanted...
And if I can go back,
of course.
I got to enjoy what I did.
Okay.
And I stopped enjoying F1.
Okay. Yeah. Some people have said, wow, he's a really busy guy. He's got a lot of interests. How do you find the time? I mean, I've seen articles that you go door to door in QPR neighborhoods for, what was it, a new stadium proposal or something like that. Where do you find the time and the energy?
Well, it's amazing what you can do in 24 hours. I mean, look at what we've done in the last 8 hours, right? You met a lot of people, met investors. You know, it's amazing what you can do. So, you know, for me, life is about maximizing time. It's about never saying you can't do it. You know, today I would have loved, if my mind allowed me, but I was on a very tight schedule, to have met all the people out there, right? There were so many people who wanted to give me cards, wanted to give me ideas, and that gives me energy, that gives me going, right? So, you know, you can always find time if you want to.
Okay.
There's always enough hours in the day.
Okay. So that's the key, you have to want to.
Yes. You got to enjoy doing it, right? Look, I keep using women as an example, but, you know, when you were really chasing that girl, I mean, this audio man will know, you know, he's going for it, right? Nothing's going to stop him. So, you know, he's excited he's seen this new girl and he wants to he'll make time to find a way to get to her. That's in anything in life. If you want to do it, you'll get there. If you lose interest, then you got to drop it. I lost interest in F1, I dropped it.
Okay. You said that it doesn't cost anything to be nice. A smile and being nice to customers doesn't cost anything. How easy is it to be so nice and humble and yet still be a success in what is probably a fairly cutthroat industry?
Yeah. I don't know, it comes second nature to me, right? I mean, you know, I've watched big celebrities and, you know, they're surrounded by minders and blocking people and stuff, and CEOs sometimes hide themselves from the reality of dealing with customers because they're scared to know what people really think. But I think if you're nice, approachable, humble, you'll be a much better boss and a much better effective leader. And to me, it comes naturally. It's not a rocket science. I love meeting people. I mean, you go out there, the warmth there was just so natural. You know, people say Finnish people are very serious and you know, but wow, that crowd was like, it was like a rock concert, right?
And as a non-Finn, I agree with you.
Yeah, so, you know, when you see that kind of energy, it's fun. So I don't have any issue. I think it's courage to be able to take the criticism. Because, like, not everyone loves me. When I go out there and I have a delayed flight, that people want to whack me and, you know, put me out. But it's the ability to go out there and stand up and be counted, I think is an important quality to have.
Okay.
And to continue to be nice to people. I know, a pissed off passenger, if you keep smiling and you keep saying, I'm going to try, in the end, humans are nice. They'll back down and they'll see that you're trying.
But of course you do face challenges. So of owning an airline, running an F1 team, and trying to keep Queen's Park Rangers in the Premier League, what do you find the most challenging?
Well, the F1 team was a disaster, so so that was the most challenging. Right now, football is damn bloody tough. Because look, in AirAsia, I can affect a lot, right? In football, it's up to the 11 guys on the pitch. I can do everything right. I think I can get the best players, get a training ground, do this, do that, manager. It's up to the 11 guys to go and perform right. And you just sit there and you can do nothing to affect it. Things going wrong with the route to Helsinki, I can try to change it a bit, right? I can put marketing, I can do this, I can do that, whatever, right? In football, what am I going to do? So that's the toughest part.
Okay. Do you know of who else has been on the lineup here at Nordic Business Forum, the other speakers?
Well, no, I heard a guy called Jim Collins who seemed to say a lot of good stuff. At MTV Live, they kept mentioning him, and I thought, wow, this sounds good stuff. I want to grab a little bit about what he said. And obviously, yesterday we were coming back from our first disastrous trip to the restaurant because we were given the wrong name. Suddenly everyone was pushing us out, and we were thinking, oh, who's this? And it was Arnold Schwarzenegger coming. It was funny because I did a speech in Hong Kong, and I was in the gym. Suddenly I thought, hey, this is a surreal moment. There was Arnold Schwarzenegger pumping iron. So I've seen a couple of the guys on the list.
Because my question then was, if you could sit down next to any other Nordic Business Forum speaker on an AirAsia flight and have a chat, who would it be and what would you talk about?
Well, I'd like to meet this guy, Jim Collins, because I didn't know him, but he sounds a pretty switched-on guy on management. You know, I got to say, you know, there's the lady there who set her business up. I'd love to meet, this sounds like a bit of a Miss Universe answer, but I'd like to meet everybody because you learn so much from other people, you know. It'd be great to talk to Arnold Schwarzenegger about what was it like to go from being a Mr. Universe to the governor of California, right? Hey, you got to respect that, whether you respect him or not. It's a damn bloody cool life. And he's Austrian, right? And he's running the biggest state. So I think it'll be a toss-up between Jim Collins and Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Okay. Well, maybe we can arrange both and you can sit in the middle. Tell us a little bit about your experience at Nordic Business Forum.
One, I got to say, is one of the most professionally run organizations I've ever been. The humility, the warmth I've got out of this has been great. I wish I'd spent more time, to be honest. I'd love to mingle around in the network sessions and get to meet more people. You know, but I tell you what, Nordic Business Forum has made me a big fan of Finland. It's made me a big fan of this whole region and the potential for us to start exploring it. It's given me the ability, I think, to learn a lot about the local entrepreneurial culture that exists here. And even that lady I gave it to, I was most intrigued that her daughter had a business. Obviously some kind of thing going on for young kids and building them as entrepreneurs, which was intrigued me. But it's been professionally organized, unbelievable attendance, unbelievably to keep people. I thought that the hall would be empty, right? It's after lunch, people are worn out, but the enthusiasm was great. The MC it was like a rock concert. I felt like aha, right? You know, I didn't even realize there were people behind me at one stage. So it's been great. It's been good. I think it's great that you're bringing people from Asia over here because I think maybe the Nordic region can learn a lot about what's happening in our part of the world, and we can open our eyes to the amazing part of this world. So, I'm not saying this because you're from the Nordic Business Forum, but congratulations to all the founders of this. And wow, initially when I got the email and they said 5,000 people, I thought, there's a typo there. I thought it was like 500, right? And when I went onto the stage, I was like, whoa, it's a bit evangelistic.
That's been a description of a lot of the speakers. They say they feel a little bit like rock stars.
Yeah, a rock star or one of those preachers in America.
Without all the gospel.
Yeah, correct.
So if I could just explain that during the question and answer session, a woman approached Tony and talked about her 11-year-old daughter who is an aspiring pilot. And without hesitation, Tony offered to fly the woman and her daughter out to the AirAsia headquarters on him, show them around. And so touching, so heartwarming, that to me, of all of the events like this I've ever been to, I'm going to use your word, that was the coolest thing that I've ever done. So thank you for sitting here
Pleasure.
with us today. Thank you for being a humble and inspirational leader. And we hope to see you back in
Thank you very much. Thank you
soon.
to everyone at the Nordic Business Forum. It's been fun. It's been nice to be so warmly welcomed. And I've been in many, many conferences in the world. This is a special conference because of the genuine warmth and the energy and excitement that I saw. I certainly never expected it. And that's what's great about life. When you're half expecting something, it turns around and slaps you in the face and you go, wow. So I leave a very happy man, a little bit hungover, a little bit tired, but fantastically happy that I came to Helsinki.
But you're going to have a long flight home on Finnair where maybe you can get some rest.
Yeah, no, I'm actually cheating. But
Okay.
I'm going to London.
Okay.
I'm going to have a bit of my son's playing rugby tomorrow. He's a hopeless sportsman, but trying really hard. And he's been promoted from the D team to the C team. Okay. And he's getting into it. I love people who try. And I'm very proud of him. And he's a little entrepreneur himself. So that'll be a great weekend for me to go watch him play rugby. He's a bit like QPR. He's been hammered every match. So I'm hoping it's going to turn soon.
Okay. Well, we wish him luck. And
Thank
we
you
wish
very
you
much.
continued success, and we hope to see you again in Finland.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.